to here. And we'll clean up the lines after, so don't worry about the lines. Here. To here. Okay, now, so this tail was more on point than this tail. Maybe it faded. It might have been there before, but we're gonna have to come out a little bit more. Then the highest point of her eyebrow starts right here to here. Then we go to the lowest point. And remember, everybody's face is shaped different. So noses, like mine's totally off and crooked. So I like to go by the Cupid's bow. So see her Cupid's bow right here. And there's our center line. Let's make that more pronounced. And then you make a little X here. And then we come over from here to here to make sure that we're not going below this when we're creating her tail. Mm-hmm. And then from the highest point, okay, let me get a new string because this one's starting to make our lines faded a little. That's why I'm gonna order that ink dippy thing, but the mapping string is great, but it runs out of the ink fast. So remember, for the tail, we go by the ear. Let me come over here on this side just so I know I get it right. So then by the ear. And then her arches. Look at me. So from the pupil is where her arch is going to start. Thank you. Okay, perfect. And now you go, so now we kind of have a shape right here. So it looks like the previous artist went to where her nostrils are and not the tear ducts. So what we could do is do soft fronts. I think that it would be hard to change that part. We'd have to start where they started. So I'm going to go by, I mean, we can change it, but I'm going to do it where they had it and show her. If she doesn't like it, then we can change it to where the tear ducts start. So there, and then the nostril there. And then we're going to remeasure just to make sure. Okay, let me get one more piece of string. Okay. Now, we'll start here. And then here. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing here. So start here at the front and go to the arch. Let me do that one over. I came a little bit too low because we want to keep it even, but her arch is right there, so we can redo that. Let me dry it. See how the ink runs out so fast, and we're almost at the end. But do you see how we're getting a brow now, a brow shape, and this is mathematically how her face would be. There we go. Now we can see it. So then we're gonna start here and come up, and then we're gonna go down. Okay. Now you can clean her up a little bit and shape it before you put the paste on so that you can see your This is where the dotting is gonna stop.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do the shading there. Okay, so right there. This is just for us to see our outline better. And we're gonna add a point there. So now we're going to use this. And see this tail right here, it came down and it might have healed. And so this little end is gone now. But how it was, it makes it look like it came down more. So we're going just above it right there just to lift it just a slightly bit. I do like to lift the tails because it gives the face more of a lifted look. When you go down too much, it gives the face more of a droopy look. That's where the tail should be. That's where the tail should be. See, we're pretty much on point. I mean, they're sisters, not twins. This we're gonna just kind of not go over because it's a different shape. So we're gonna follow our shape. Right here, this makes it even. Let me just, and just so that you're clear on your lines, right there. Okay. See, that's why it's good to triple. So then we're doing dotting. Dots, dots, dot, dot. Dot only right there. And then, so we did a solid line at the bottom and dotting at the top. And then we're gonna finish it. So I have 90-degree angle. That's a pretty shape. Okay. So then we're doing dotting. Dots, dots, dot, dot. Dot only right there. And then, so we did a solid line at the bottom and dotting at the top. And then we're gonna finish it. So I have 90-degree angle. That's a pretty shape. Okay. And now we're gonna move to the next brow. Are you feeling okay?
Mm-hmm.
3-point stretch, 90-degree angle. Okay. Now, okay. we'll start our shading. And see, I have to adjust 3-point stretch. And I'm fanning out just like you were doing. And right under where that line is, we want to be very precise and thoughtful as to where we're going, because there's no hair right here. So 3-point stretch. I'm going to rest my finger to where I'm comfortable, get it at a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to come up, but I'm going to be very careful right here. And we're going 20% overlapping. And then the tail. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side, and then I'm gonna put that secondary numbing on 10 minutes, and then it's your turn. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're gonna do great. You're doing such a good job. All right. And I wouldn't just say that, like, 3-point stretch. Adjust your weight on your pinky. Okay. Now we're gonna put some numbing on her. I'll take this off. A little fade collection, which is similar to the mineral collection for when you're starting, because you don't, you want more of a, like, less pigmented. That way you can do their touch-ups and adjust certain things. So, okay, so 10 minutes. And we're gonna do dotting. Water. Dip. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to dotting in the front. Okay. Now I'm gonna switch my needle to a shader. Make sure your hands are good first. So 90-degree angle, straight up. Okay. Put your pinky on her to stretch it. There we go. There we go. Go in straight. Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, you're doing good. I'm gonna make sure you're covering the whole area. Then see, we're gonna get the tail right here. Make sure we got the tail here. And the tail end is very fine. Okay, so she's bleeding a little bit, so I'm gonna wipe her and put some more numbing on, and then we'll do a couple more passes. But let's see what we have so far. See, we're getting there. It takes a few times to get the saturation that you want, but let's get her a little bit more numb. But you see our line here? Mm-hmm. That's very good. So we'll just keep doing that until we get that saturation. See how we have a strong bone right here? And then we're gonna leave this dotting. Okay. This isn't necessary to have, but I really like the Numbe wipes. They're super soothing. They're also on Brow Daddy's site. And it really like gets a lot of the pigment off. It's definitely not necessary. Like, I do use water. I don't always use these, but sometimes I do like to use them. And so see how this is has the saturation in the front that we want. Now I'm gonna work on this brow. We're almost done. Her tail has nice saturation, but right here is where we need to finish. We're almost there on perfecting this. But this is your masterpiece. See, I have to tell myself